do you feel, I mean, you both have a sense of public duty and responsibility, and of course I have to ask, since if people take out President Biden, you are leading in the polls, how do you feel about public office, and serving?
Not for me anymore, but I'm going to do anything and everything I can to help elect people who I think are real small d Democrats, who really understand what it means to be true patriots, not,
Why small d versus large
because
d?
I think that's why I want to see the revival of our other major party. I want to see people who I served with, people that I worked with, people that I knew come, not them particularly, but people like them to come back. So I feel very strongly about that. And that's why I run an organization to try to recruit more people. And, predominantly the people who come to us will end up running on the Democratic side. But we don't say, we don't want you if you're not. We say, here are our values and principles, and we believe in those so strongly. But I wanted to also say something about the generational difference, because it is real. And I'm not a native technology person. I mean, I didn't grow up. I look at my 3-year-old grandson who pulls my phone out of my hand and starts...
And we don't even allow him real screen time.
I know, and it's like intuitive.
Weren't you the longhand part of the book?
Yes,
I was the longhand.
And for years, she would sign her emails to me like Techno Mom. And I'm like, I get it, you're on a piece of technology. Like, I don't need you.
As opposed to Techno Peasant, which is
or just like Mom. I mean, for years, I was like, I know, you're not calling me.
The fact that she signed it, that alone, I think, says everything.
Shows you that I'm not.
Hello. I know your email address.
Thank you. For years. I just need to belabor
but
that.
But we did. You're right. I mean, when we wrote the book, I still write in longhand. Chelsea was, derisive.
They have found a correlation with your ability. I mean, right? It actually helps you absorb the information differently.
That's what I find. Yeah, I really did. I feel like the thoughts start in my head and they have to go down my arm and out my fingers, but onto a pad of paper, not a keyboard. But that was like one of the generational challenges. And one of the people we really, really wanted to interview was Dolores Huerta, who is over 90. And not only was she the co-founder with Cesar Chavez of the United Farm Workers, but she's been an activist on women's rights and worker rights, forever. She had 11 children. And she had raised those kids, and we wanted to meet with her, and we met with her and her daughters. And they had a really honest conversation. And that's what we want. We want that sense of, what? It was really hard. My mother would be going off, taking us with her to a picket line, or she wouldn't be there, and we'd have to make breakfast for our younger, siblings. It was really raw, and it was something that we were so privileged to be party to, because it's hard being a mother and a professional. All three of us know that, and I think so many American women, particularly during and after COVID, felt so alone.
Right.
I mean, there they were, educating their children, trying to keep them healthy and alive, dealing with everything else. It was horrible.
Let me ask one last question, which is, the Village Green that we're talking about, I noticed that the Clinton Global Initiative is happening again, and I know that was put aside when you were running for office. Does it have a different flavor now?
It does, and I have to say, it really was brought back by people begging us to bring it back, because it's unlike any other conference that I'm aware of, where people are asked to make a commitment. Okay, come to the conference, meet these incredible people, listen to them, be part of it, but then what are you going to do? How are you going to make a commitment that can possibly, help somebody or change something? And what we were being asked was to bring it back, because people now are rethinking what works. How do we make an impact? How do we use technology more effectively and equitably, and not with the negativity that it brings? How do we learn from what happened in COVID when it comes to public health, which Chelsea's an expert on? So yes, it was like, okay, we did a lot of good work, but now we need to rethink how we do that work more impactfully.
And to ensure, again, though, while it has a different flavor, a still real bias towards partnerships, a real bias towards ensuring that both likely and unlikely partnerships can be kind of catalyzed and nurtured, whether it's on kind of trying to expand access to vaccines or affordable housing.